Welcome back everybody. Time to get the black one together. So mirror is okay, everything is clean, the gear train seems to be working fine. Next step will be to get everything back together. And then I can start soldering the PCB. What I should have also done, and I'm probably going to regret not doing it, is getting this thing off, because it's gonna make a lot of dust. But I will try to heat it up and hopefully that will at least somewhat help. it's a bit rough, and I suspect there is a bend. Actually, there is a bend here, so this is probably from that time when my motorcycle fell over, and because of the bend, this channel, so this cutout, is a bit skewed here, so the pin has a hard time going through this area. Now, how can I straighten it? I think I'll need to take it apart again. Okay, so in order to have the best chance of straightening that part, I think I need to take the Fresnel carrier off, which kind of sucks, but I guess it is what it is. And the reason for that is that I cannot get there with something that I can strike with a hammer on. So the mirror is really in my way. And I'm going to practice on this. So the mirror, or better say the Fresnel carrier, on this side it pretty much has nothing. I mean, there is this arm that is also attached to this hinge, and on the other side there is nothing but for this, which is actually one of the switches, and it has a little spring. So I need to see how that spring works. I mean, how it's connected. But otherwise, this pin, yeah, it should come out through the hole of the hinge. So that's one pin. And that's the other pin. And there's another pin. The third one, which in fact is the one that connects the mirror to this. And that one is the one that I should have popped open first. Okay, let's see if this works. No, it does not. I just broke my probe. Damn. Damn. It was the only curved one I had. Well, alright. So, yeah, that didn't work. I think I would need a special tool. I could take it apart without removing that pin. So if I unhook these two springs, then this entire thing should come right off. Oh, yes, stupid me. That probe was really nice because it was curved. Now I need to struggle with whatever else I have around. Oh god damn it, and now it won't come out because of the shaft. Okay. Unfortunately, I can't do this with the other one without taking everything apart, including the gear train, and I am not willing to do that because it's way too much. It's way too much. So I guess I'll just put this thing back. Alright, I guess I learned a new trick. But that doesn't fix my problem. Now I have another solution to simply widen the gap here, and that is assuming that pack of film goes in and out easily. So there's no friction that I can notice, so no extra friction compared to a normal one. So I might as well just leave it like that. Otherwise I'd need to, I don't know, maybe hook it somehow and pull, but no, it's super sketchy. I risk breaking the mirror. I don't think it's worth the effort. So the other option is to actually widen the gap by very lightly sanding down or grinding down this part here. Okay. I think that's enough. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, mirror down. All right, nice. And back of film, in and out, no issues. Okay, so right now this is done. I need to get working on this one, because on one hand I will need to use the same method of jumper wires between these 2 points and the terminals of the motor. I'll remove this and make new ones, and I will also need to make a jumper wire between I think this one and this one. So this one goes like this, and it splits here, so one trace goes down, one trace goes to this pin, but I think it's interrupted here. Yeah, look, it has a rip. So a jumper wire from this pin to this pin. Okay, and then I will need to replace that ribbon from the shutter assembly, but that will probably be a story for another day. Okay, I'll take a short break, reorganize the working place, and then I will get started with the solder gun. As you can probably see, the mess is still here, and my Polaroid is even more broke than it was before. And that is happening because I found another issue. And yeah, thank God I had the inspiration to check. I don't even know why, but I checked and I found that the frame counter is not working. So basically now I don't have any kind of film inside, and that means this one should always go back to 10. It's not going back to 10 in my case. I need to manually push that pole up. I know what's wrong with it because I already opened it after 30 minutes of going through all the cameras that I have around and trying to understand what is going on, because even visual access there is some, but you can't see you can't see and check the integrity of all the pieces. Keep in mind this is mostly made out of plastic, except for this bottom plate and the plate of the gear train. It's pretty much all plastic, so all these little pieces can go to hell. Alright, in order to remove the frame counter, you need to go through some steps. Unsoldering all these points, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and removing 2 screws, and having an empty film pack inside that will press on this thing down. It's going to be a lot more visible after I'm taking the frame counter out. And then you have to remove 2 screws. One screw is here and the other one is here. One of them is already out. I mean, it was out and I didn't put it back. And I will just remove this one. So basically I got the frame counter back so I could take it out while filming and I could show you what's going on here. After removing those 2 screws, this thing simply gets out. Alright, so what's the deal with the film pack? Well, if you look carefully, you'll see 2 things here. So this one and this one. It's like a fork. If you pull out the cartridge, the fork goes all the way up beyond this cutout, so when you are going to reinstall the counter, you have no possibility of getting this thing in between that fork, in between the 2 tips of the fork. When you insert the film cartridge, the film pushes down and takes that fork into a favorable position. Okay, now what's the deal with the frame counter? Well, the frame counter, for every motion of the Fresnel carrier, it goes like this. So this pole is pushing down, and then it goes up and down and up. Every time it pushes down, it will push on the frame counter and turn it by 1 click. But when the mirror goes back, so the pole goes back up, something should be pushing slightly like this on it. So it would clear these teeth, and therefore Therefore, in case there is no film cartridge inside, when there is a film pack inside, this stays like this. So there will be a click for every not a click, for every click, for every one frame, this will not allow the gear to turn back. If you remove the film pack, the gear spins back because it's spring-loaded. So basically you have two poles. One is pushing from top, one is countering from the bottom. So push, counter, push, counter, push, counter, push, counter, and so on until you reach 0. When you reach 0, it can no longer turn. When you eject the film pack, the film counter resets. Alright. This thing, see, it's like an L. Now this is from this camera. So it has this part that goes in between that fork and has another part that in my case is broken. And that other part, obviously I'm the culprit because it was working back in the day when I got the camera. I probably forced it or something and snapped this, and I probably forced it when the mirror broke and I couldn't open the camera and all sorts of bullshit happened. This thing should look like this, so it should be longer, and therefore this is the position, and this little tip is actually, or should actually, push on this. And we will test the theory right now because I need to put it back, and then we'll see what else needs to be done. So this must go in between the two things of the fork. All right, and back like this. I'm going to put only one of the screws back. Okay, and now, because I do have film inside, for each click, okay, so let's not force things because I think I've got something in the wrong position, and that's how you break stuff. Okay, so this is like this, that one is pushing down, and okay, so this tip should probably be somewhere above. Alright, it works now. So what I did, I pushed down the Fresnel carrier and then reinstalled this, and the bloody thing made it correctly. I'm not going to even try to understand why it works, so I do not care. If you examine the thing a bit, you can understand what exactly is going on there. Okay, so click, 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 click. And now, if I take the cartridge out, it should reset because that's what I care for. And it did. Cartridge in, picture, 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 cartridge out, frame counter resets. Alright, I learned another trick. It's like this camera really wants me to actually learn how to fix a bloody Polaroid. screws back in, and now, because it can't be that easy, can it? I am missing one of those contacts because it's the contact that I stole from that broken body to install in the, I don't even remember which one, either the white or the silver cameras. Obviously I didn't think I would need that that little assembly. So now oh, and this was here, and this is the one that broke. Ah, well, that's gonna make for an even funkier repair. Yeah, I need to find a solution to this problem. So this will be here, but I'll need a way to solder the PCB to this little broken part, and I don't have another one like that, unless no, huh? I'll have to steal this one. Oh, this is such bullshit. This is bullshit. I can't just swap this, the broken part, because it's obviously riveted. Well, it is what it is. I do have the screws, I have the know-how, I've done it before. I hope I'm not going to break this one off. So that's what I'm going to do tomorrow, because today I am wasted and I really want to go to get some sleep. In the meanwhile, I'm going to lower the Fresnel carrier just in case. Alright, this one goes like this. And I'll see you next time. Good night.